great to finally get a chance to meet you right off the top. Girl, you got a great tan going on. Where did you get
Thank you.
that?
It is loving tan. It's spray tan.
Oh my goodness, it looks so good on you. Where are you right now in this part of the world?
I am in Nashville, Tennessee.
How is it going there? I know for the last, I'd say, year and a half, 2 years, especially with COVID going on. I mean, not, you know, Nashville not just dealing with closures of those great venues, but also, what is it, like tornadoes and
Oh,
just like so many other natural disasters were going
right,
on. Like,
right.
how is Nashville doing and how did you guys get through all that?
Nashville is thriving right now. They really are. People are out and about, but it was hard to get through. I moved here in September of 2019, so I had a few months of normal life, and then I think the tornado hit in February or March, and then it was like COVID hit in March, and it was tough. There was a lot of things that couldn't even get rebuilt. A lot of apartment complexes, houses that couldn't get rebuilt because COVID hit and nobody was working. Everybody was having to quarantine. And so it was really, really sad. But now I think, construction's happening, of course, always in Nashville, but it's looking good.
Look at this. Nashville's you rebuilding. You've got a new EP coming out. You got new music. So many great things are going on. What do you think the inspiration for you during all those tough times to still be able to get great music out for your fans, for all of us around the world?
Right. I really wanted, they say strike while the iron's hot. After American Idol, I wanted to, just put out an album or a collection and, just strike while the iron's hot. But it didn't happen like that, unfortunately. But fortunately, it gave me time to find who I was as an artist. I wrote over 300 songs during the pandemic. And I think I discovered who I was as a songwriter and as an artist. And it was a blessing.
Okay, being in Nashville, that always helps because I say the capital of songwriting is Nashville.
Yep.
But also, when you talked a little bit about American Idol too and finding yourself,
Right.
how do you think your songwriting has changed from, say, before the pandemic than during the pandemic? Because we were all different people. It was a different world. It was a different feel.
It was so different. I had to learn to adjust to that because I was sitting in my one bedroom apartment at the time, not being able to get inspired by the outside world. But I just really honed into my craft. Before 2019, before I moved to Nashville, I had only ever written by myself. And then when I moved to Nashville, I had my very first co-write. And it was a game changer, just getting to write with other people and I learned so much in those rides. And then when COVID happened, I had to do it virtually, but it was really cool.
Well, congratulations on that. I want to talk a little bit about the experience with American Idol. Back in the day, I actually used to interview all the, top 10 and top five when the show first started, Kelly Clarkson, like all of them.
That is
And well, I'm an old guy. So,
Girl, like it.
thank you. How was the experience for you, and what did being on American Idol do for your career?
Oh my gosh, I wouldn't have had a career if it wasn't for Idol, and I believe that with my whole heart. Before I tried out for American Idol, I was just a college student, 30 hours away from my degree, and I feel like I would have just done by finished my biology degree and went into the medical field. And so whenever that was happening, I was playing gigs on the weekend, singing and writing by myself, but I didn't have the confidence to push it to go anywhere. And so I had tried out for The Voice twice and got rejected. And so my mom had to basically push me out of the car when I tried out for American Idol. But it kickstarted this whole, confidence is everything with this profession. And I think that's what, and the audience and everything about American Idol, it was just a game changer.
People don't understand the pressures behind it, though, because I mean, it's not just your talent; it's what you have to do for television, how you have to represent yourself,
Right.
your look, everything changes.
Right.
What was that like emotionally to go through that? At the same time, here you are, not just trying to win a competition, but also just trying to put yourself in the best light possible, win or lose.
Right. It was extremely hard. It was painful, honestly. I did not expect that going into the show, there being so many different things, you being pulled so many different ways. Um, it was tough, but the producers were great. They made it really manageable. They had a psychiatrist or psychologist on site that,
Good.
we could talk to about everything. The one thing that the producers told us when we were, I think when we made it to top 40, was don't read the comments. Don't read the comments no matter what you do, because people on the internet can be vicious trolls, and really they can. And I didn't listen to it at first. I read the comments, and it was painful, but I think I have more like thicker skin from that.
Well, I'm glad that you were able to introduce yourself to the world for us through this competition. But, people don't realize American Idol has done extremely well when it comes to country artists,
Yes.
win or lose. Were you thinking about that also? Because, again, rich history, country artists, American Idol, now you're part of that.
I, I didn't think about it at the time, but hearing you say that, it's completely 100% true. Look at Gabby Barrett. And I think the the thing that she did in Nashville, right before I moved here, was what really helped me with my getting my record deal. So I'm very thankful for that, that country music and Idol.
Let's talk about that. Getting the deal. How did that work out? Because you're with an amazing label. If there's anybody that represents country music, it's the label that you're on right now.
Thank you so much. So, when I moved here, I just, put my nose down and I wrote every day. But I was also visiting with labels. But I had met with my producer Dan Huff, and he decided to produce me. And he was bragging about me at a Christmas party one night, like in 2019, and showed my song to Jimmy Harnon, which is the president of my label, Big Machine. And then I went over to Jimmy's house in front of Scott Borchetta and the whole radio team and performed.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, it was intimidating for sure, but they felt like home.
I've met Scott. It's so funny. Um, you say you're intimidated. Scott is like the nicest guy. I don't even think he even knows how to raise his voice loud because he's always got a smile on his face.
He is the nicest, most charming person. He really is. And when I got to meet him up close in person, I was just like, this guy is the nicest.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's make the jump over because we are talking about new music. Let's talk about the new EP. And as we speak, going into September, there's a new single that's going to be released too.
Right? I'm excited.
What is the new EP going to be called? And what is the new single going to be called? And what's it about?
The collection is going to be self-titled, so Laci Kaye Booth, but the single is going to be Shuffle.
What's the single about, please?
So this song, I was on my way to write it, and I was trying to think about what I wanted to write about that day, and for some reason, my grandma popped into my head, and she used to always dedicate "Stand by Your Man" by Tammy Wynette to my grandpa whenever she'd sing karaoke, and he was a wild one back in the day, so she really stood by him. But I was thinking about that for some reason, and I just jokingly said out loud, "Dang, I'm somewhere between Stand by Your Man and Goodbye Earl." Totally kidding, but I thought it'd be a good song idea. And so I brought it to my write, and my co-writers were like, let's make it one of those song title songs. And I've heard a couple of those lately, and I thought it'd be really cool to do all female song titles that I grew up on. And so this is my little Women of Country song.
Amazing. You have such a rich and beautiful voice. Is there a chance in the future you might do a gospel album or a
Oh,
soul album or something?
yes. I want to do a Christmas album so bad. A
Oh, that'd be
gospel
cool.
album would be amazing. I just got a comment the other day from somebody on social media. Please do a lullaby album. My kid loves to listen to you when he falls asleep. I'm like, that is so sweet.
There you go. It says it all right there. What are the chances now because things are opening up? Will there be live performances? Are you doing drive-in performances? Are you doing social media video performances? Oh, and if you're traveling, is there any way thoughts of maybe coming to Ontario, Toronto, maybe somewhere in Canada?
Well, before the pandemic hit, I had a show planned in Canada that I was so excited about, and then the pandemic ruined that. But I'm hoping I can get to Canada very soon. I would love to. I've never been there, and the people are just so great. Everybody that I met from Canada, I fall in love with. They're amazing. But I have a tour kind of in the works. I can't really say much because I don't know for sure if it's going to happen this fall. But if it does, I'm really excited about sharing it.
Hopefully, we see you at Boots and Hearts maybe next year, or our Budweiser stage, which would be perfect for you. As we wrap this interview up, what advice can you give folks right now who are going through some tough times? Because as we speak, it feels like, and it seems like, and people are saying we're in a fourth wave. Um, and people have lost family, they've lost jobs, health wise, so many different things. You've been able to, during tough times, still find success in some way, shape, or form. What advice can you give folks though out there who are going through dark times and hopefully get to the good times?
Stay close, even if it's only through communication, to the ones you love. Let them support you and emotionally, and really just hone into your craft. Whatever makes you happy, whatever you're good at, I would say just keep pushing through. And yeah, it's really hard. And I know this next wave of stuff is going to be just really tough. But yeah.
Okay, wise words from an amazing artist. Thank you so much for doing this interview with me. Thank you
Thank
for
you
keeping
so much.
my personal tradition going and speaking to American Idol
That.
folks. Yeah, believe me, I've had some great times and great stories
I
being
bet you
told
do.
from them. Oh, yeah. But it's great that you're doing what you're doing. And you know what? Hopefully, again, what you do opens doors for people who, maybe they'll make it from one show or do something else. And then suddenly that door does open up. You never know where it is. It's
Yes.
about
Well,
being, keep the momentum going because you never
keep the
know what's going to
momentum
happen.
going. Yes. Keep working
Exactly.
on yourself. Exactly.
Congrats on the new music. Cross fingers that you do come to Toronto, Canada. We will get a chance to meet one on one. I would love to do that.
I would love to too. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care. Be safe.
Take care. Have a good weekend. Bye.